isn't working, right? Quick question. If someone lands on your website right now, what actually happens next? Do they get engaged instantly? Get followed up with automatically? Or do you just get another email notification after they filled out a form, creating more manual work? Congratulations. You basically built a crusty, dusty digital flyer pretending to be a business system. Some of y'all are still only using Calendly and outdated landing pages like your link in bio is a full business infrastructure. You have no automation in your business. Number one, you send people to a book a call link or a contact form that quietly dies in your inbox, while your lead quietly hires your competitor with AI. Fact: 88% of visitors won't return after a bad website experience, and businesses can lose up to 50% of leads from slow follow-ups without AI automation. Then entrepreneurs say, AI doesn't work for my business. No, the outdated systems you haven't updated, the slow response times, and your outdated manual workflows are failing your business. It is time to upgrade. Remember, scared money doesn't make money. At the HELLO LLC, we build AI-powered websites that connect your CRM, social media, marketing, and AI agents into one smart AI ecosystem that works for your business 24/7. Plus, we can show you, teach you, or do it for you. Hello! Your website shouldn't just exist. It should execute. Stop hiring for problems systems should solve. Go scan your systems with Izzy, our intuitive AI agent at the HelloLLC.io, and see what AI can replace in your business. Toodles! Hey, business owners,
Well, welcome on in, everybody. It's so great to be here. Happy Thursday. It's a beautiful day here in Bangkok, Thailand, and over in Atlanta, Georgia. We have Miss Kim Martin Raymond here today, and we have some special things up our sleeve. Say hi, Mr. Jones, first.
Swadika.
Swadika. So it's so great. Yeah, so it's so great to be here. We're going to jump on into this. We have Miss Kim Martin Raymond with us. Miss Kim is an ordained minister, first and foremost. She's a certified spiritual life coach. She's a holistic nutritionist, health and wellness coach, professional speaker and author, and an amazing podcast host of the How Now podcast. Let me say that 10 times fast. But Miss Kim reigns from Atlanta, Georgia. She is from Queens, New York. But
Get it right.
Let me say that.
That's right.
But the most important thing that she is up to is she is helping other people defined with a D, themselves.
That's right.
So Miss Kim, tell us more about how you're helping others redefine themselves.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. Hello, everyone. I am so grateful for this opportunity to share my business and to share things that have been going on in my now. So, just great to be here. This has been quite a journey, so to speak. I last year did a 365-day challenge where I was challenging people to create healthy habits, mind, body, and spirit. And this is a year of execution. And for me, it's been all about executing, learning from the things that I've learned. And this right here is something that I'm like, this is all new to me. This whole AI platform, getting used to these things. I'm an old head. I just celebrated a birthday a couple of days ago, 56 years around the sun. So, I mean, there are some old things that were habits for me there that I had to make pivots on. And so, it's been a challenge to, promote my business, to promote my podcast. And I thought that that's what I was doing. I was online, I was posting. I have dozens of videos that have been posted and really wasn't seeing any movement. Now, how I knew something was kind of going wrong is I had a lot of people that were saying, hey, I can help you with your SEOs and I can help you with this, that, and the third. Now, one thing that I learned in business a long time ago is you do business with people you know, like, and trust. And there were a whole lot of people out there saying, oh, I can help you, but I didn't know them. I didn't know what they were going to do. I didn't know enough about AI to say, well, okay, let me ask this question and that question. I didn't know these people. I didn't trust these people. And so for a long time, I just sat and was just like, I'm just going to do what I know to do because I know myself and I trust myself. So I'm just going to go with that. And that really limited my business. And it wasn't until recently, I have my husband, shout out to Jay, and was asking him, I said, hey, you look at my videos and stuff. And he says, well, you have to log in. And I was like, what do you mean you have to log in? He was like, well, to see your videos on YouTube, they have to log in. And I was like, no, I thought that because I put the link, it automatically went to the link. So I'm thinking all these years, 6 seasons I've been doing the How Now podcast. And half the time, nobody was seeing them because people were not signing in. They weren't signing into Facebook. They weren't signing in, or if they didn't have those platforms, nobody was seeing my work. So that was the biggest challenge. I'm thinking that people are seeing things in my mind's eye when actually they weren't. And that's why I was being inundated with all these calls of people saying, I can help you promote your business. And I wasn't listening. I wasn't saying, what do you see? Or they just showed me, oh, this is what you see. You're not getting people. People are not, are not viewing it, but they weren't telling me that people couldn't access it.
Yeah.
So I was stuck.
Yeah. And, before we get into all of that, you bring up something that's so key. You're good at your podcast. You're good at your ministry. You're amazing at writing your books. But what you're not good at is the social media, the marketing, the systems. And you would be amazed of how many people we reach out to and show them that prime example. And they'll be like, nope, I'm good. They don't want help. And then they wonder why their business isn't growing. They wonder why their friends haven't sent them a message and say, hey, I got to do this. Hey, I got to do that, because they're not doing it. And not only that, you don't know what you don't know. And you're great at doing that, but you're not great at systems and marketing. And that's where we share with people, scared money don't make money. And you have to be able to really invest in yourself and not say you just have a wanna business, but actually have a business and showcase your business the way it should be showcased, especially what you just said.
Yeah.
Implementing AI, implementing systems, and going with somebody that you knew. So my first question to you before I get into that was, what was the moment that you said, you know what? I'm going to do business with the Hello LLC with David and Tara. When was that clip to say, that's the people?
Well, actually, referrals are everything. I have a trusted friend and advisor, and she worked with you all, and I saw the beautiful work that you did with her. I saw some of the things. I was able to speak to her and follow the things that she was doing. And I was just seeing so many dynamic things that she was doing with her website. And everywhere I looked, I was inundated with all of the things that she was doing. And I was just like, wait a minute, she's out there and she's doing these things. And I'm like, okay, I still am working in the corporate arena. And I was like, she must have, great people behind her who can do all of these things. And I'm sitting here and I'm doing all these things by myself. And I was like, check her out. And it's just that I saw so many other things. I was like, girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? My curiosity was piqued because I was seeing all of these wonderful ways that her business was being presented, and it was clean and it looked professional. And I was like, okay, I'm sitting here trying to scramble to get things done in between my traveling for work and trying to do this. I was like, I'm not able to make that smooth transition. So it was more of a curiosity. I want to know, what is it that she's doing and how is she doing that? And then when I finally had an opportunity to, have a discovery call with you all, that's when the magic started. You started speaking my language. You started talking about some things, and it wasn't, and you allowed me to ask questions. I am a quintessential question asker. As a person who was working on my doctorate, I know how to research and dig. And so I started digging. I started doing my homework, and, being able to come on and to be able to ask questions and to have you share ideas and tell me the things that that you all were doing and how you were, creating this biz in the box. I was like, okay, I need to know more about this. And you made it easy. You used layman's terms. You didn't talk over my head and have me more dazed and confused than when I started. I came away feeling like, okay, I think I got this.
So with that being said, what was some of the things that you were dealing with that was an absolute chaos in your business before we came and had that conversation?
Again, like I said, the thing was, I'm posting and not receiving any feedback at all because people could not access my information. I have all of these wonderful videos, all these things that I've been doing. Like I said, I started my podcast back in 2020. And I was like, why don't I have more people following me? Why are people not seeing it? I didn't realize that they weren't seeing it. So that was my biggest thing, not being seen, but thinking that I was.
Yeah.
You get a few people, you get a couple of likes. So I just figured, just people aren't interested, not that, hey, people aren't seeing it. And that was the biggest one.
And some other things was prime example. Now your book is no longer on Amazon. You're able to sell your book straight through your biz in a box where you don't have to get cut and slice and dice and compete with other people.
Yeah.
You now can showcase your business and all that you do, and people can buy right on your biz in a box. And you have automation where people aren't going here, going there. It's easy for people to get to. And more importantly, you got some new tools for people to be able to really get everything they need right there on the spot.
That's it. I mean, I had, I'm an old head. I had the link tree, where I try to remember to put everything on there and to update things. And that's the challenge when you're trying to do it alone. Therein lies the challenge. I'm like, I don't have anybody to do it. So every day I'm cutting and pasting. I'm my own editor. I'm my own promoter. I'm my own, and doing that and everything else that I do.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. You're right. And the older I get, the harder it gets to, the vision, all those things. I'm like, okay, I can't see as good. I'm not moving as quickly as I used to. And then, like you said, with the technology was running far ahead of me. Everybody's like, well, use Canva, use this, use that. And I'm just like, I'm still on, PowerPoint. Okay. So that was a thing. Catching up with the times. That was a big detriment too. I didn't know the tools. I don't know the chat GBTs and the AIs, all these. I was like, what is all of that? And there's still a part of me that's like, no, I'm not ready to learn all these things. That's too much. It's like somebody turning the hose on you. It's like, it's too much information and I don't have enough space in my brain for that. I got space in my brain for passwords. That's about it.
That's the challenge most people, face. They're like, it's cool. That's really cool. But I do not have time. That is, one of the biggest challenges, so as we talk about the Business Box and, David was sharing that your Business Box now has everything and all in one tap. My question for you is, when you finally got your hands on this and you got to sit down and scroll through it and be able to be with it, what was the biggest wow factor for you, knowing where you came from and what you were dealing with now? What did that wow? What was that?
It advanced me. First of all, it brought me into this century. Okay. My stuff looked antiquated. I was like, okay, yes, it looks clean. Yes, it is, but it looked so elementary. I wanted clean lines. I wanted bold colors. I wanted things that pop. And that was the first thing that caught my attention, how clean it looked. I had several people who looked at it and they were like, it just looks so clean. It looks so good. The colors, everything just pops. It looks great. It's not too busy. It's not too overwhelming. And that was the thing. I think about the people in my age and I think about my target audience, and they're people who want to see clean lines. They want to be able to click on things. They want things to be seamless. And that's what I saw initially. And I was like, yes. That was the first thing that caught my attention. And then having the video that it talks about my business. I was like, look at that was the part that blew my mind. And then the apparel, having a little shop there, having a shop, not only for my apparel and my products, but also for my books. like you said, I have an Amazon authors page, and having all these clicks and movements and things like that, where is some people are not going to do more than 2 clicks, and they're like, okay, well, that's just too much. I'm not going to do all of that. To have everything in one place, have everything just be seamless, that did it for me. I was like, okay, that's what people want. People want a one-stop shop. People sit there and they scroll all day. They don't want to scroll through several pages, and they want to be able to get everything right there. All of my products, all of my services, everything is right there at their fingertips without having to go anywhere else. And so that was the wow factor for me. But those clean lines, yes. The colors, yes. The logo, yes. Yes.
Well, I have to chuckle, and I'm going to tell everybody before we play your amazing video that you were just talking about, I have to chuckle because during our scope call, Miss Kim says, so you might have seen my colors that I put in there, but they're my favorite colors, but it's emerald green, it is blue, it is purple, and it's a bronzy copper color. But those are my favorite colors, and I would really love it if you could incorporate that. And I go, you bet. And I got off the phone and I went to Dave and I go, well, I'm either going to knock this out of the park or I'm going to fail miserably. So let's try it. Let's see if we can meld all four.
Yes.
I'm like, woo, you got a challenge. I said,
I'm like, and she nailed it. And you nailed it. She nailed it. Wait till you see, y'all seen it. Some of y'all seen it already. She nailed it.
Thank you. Well, challenge accepted is kind of what I said. And I thought, well, I think I can make that happen. So, but before further ado, let's check out this amazing video.
If you guys don't know about our Hello AI MotionWorks, we take this to a whole new level. So, when you don't want to get behind the camera like we are now and worry about the lighting, worry about what you're going to say, worrying about you messing up this word, that word, this is where Kim now gets to take this video and utilize it on her social media. She now gets to utilize this when she goes to speaking engagements, and now they can put it on the big screen while they're waiting or during her commercials. She now has a new commercial. This is all in one tool. This alone is well worth the biz in a box alone for her now to be able to say, here, take a look at this, but check it out.
Hi, I'm Kim Martin Raymond. Through my How Now podcast, I help you learn how to live in the now, build your mental, spiritual, and wellness toolbox, and respond to life instead of just reacting. With my Spirit Body Transformation program, I guide African American professional women over 40 to lose weight, reclaim energy, and align mind, body, and spirit for lasting results. I also offer transformational trainings, coaching, and speaking engagements designed to empower you, your team, and your community to grow, lead, and thrive. If you're ready to step into purpose, wellness, and transformation, let's take this journey together.
Boom.
All right.
All right.
So when you shared that video with one of your friends or your colleagues, my first question would be, what was the best response that you've gotten from your biz in a box? They
were like, oh my gosh, look at that. They was like, it's a whole, like you said, they're like, it's a whole commercial. The biggest one, like I said, and I shared this with you guys earlier, was my husband. He was like, you do all of that? I was like, excuse me, what? So he was just like, wow, it just encompasses everything. And the one thing I said, they were like, it's so you. It's so, that's what you do. This is how you promote. These are all the things that you're doing. And it's all in one place. So that was the thing that was the wow factor for them. They're like, you got a whole little video there. And I was like, I know, right? It was like a whole commercial about everything that I do without having to be all over the place. Like I said, I've got a laundry list of things that I do, and it's nice to have it all consolidated in one place.
Yeah, and while we have it up on the screen so people can see it, right? To where now, not only that, no more crusty, dusty business cards for you, which is huge. You said, taking you up, a step and being able to really, take you out of the old age and bring you to the new age. We tell people all the time, that crusty, dusty business card is going in somebody's pocket, going in somebody's purse, going in somebody's cup holder, and you yourself, you have a whole bucket list of business cards that you never put in your phone. And then we talk about social media. when people are on social media, you don't have them saved on your phone. You haven't followed them as a friend, so you can't contact them. They're not
Right.
looking at your social media. But now on your good old phone, hey girl, what you doing? Go to my QR code. Scan my code. Oh, girl, you got mine
That's right.
too.
That's
Scan
right.
one of those. They now get to scan it. Everybody knows QR codes going to the restaurants now. Now
That's
you can
right.
say, hey, what's your favorite platform? Oh, girl,
That's
I'm
right.
on LinkedIn. You get to hit that LinkedIn, and now you get to follow yourself from their phone, and now you are fully connected. Ain't
That's
no,
right.
oh, you need to follow me. Oh, girl, you ain't follow me. I ain't connected. Now, when you post, she now gets to see your posts. And this is where we share with entrepreneurs and business owners. You got to start thinking a lot
That's
better. And you got to start thinking logical and being preventative with your business and stop having that bucket load of business cards that you're never going to put in your phone. They're never going to hit the follow button because how busy are you and how many notifications are on your phone right now that you ain't got to, especially as a business owner. So time is of the essence. And that one line alone where, hey, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, I'm on TikTok. I got my email here. I got my phone number here.
That's
Anything
right.
you want, people get to go to that one link. And that is huge, right? And this
Yes, it is.
your actual AI video up here. A lot of people, like your last website, we ain't gonna go to that one, right? But a lot of people put a lot of writing, and
Yes.
people ain't reading. Just let y'all all
Right.
know, people are not reading your bios whatsoever.
They're barely reading that right
barely,
there.
right?
Barely.
Barely.
Right.
And now your
Woo-hoo.
logo that is up there, right? People getting to go and watch your latest podcast right here. Press the button where they don't have to log into your YouTube. They ain't got to do none of that, right? No more
Yes.
excuses. Hit the button. And then if they want to go to any podcast that they're on, hey, hit the button. Go listen to it. Simple, sweet, easy to where, and then we make it even better for you. Don't go to none of those. Go listen to our podcast right on the Biz in a Box. Boom. You get to hit the play button and it's right there. So this is where, it makes it so nice and smooth. And so, Ms. Kim,
Yeah.
I'd love for you to take over from here and now share with the people what you do, man. Let's tell them what you do because a lot of people don't know. And now the spotlight is on you. Come on.
Yes. Okay. Well, like I said, the biggest thing that I am known for is my How Now podcast. Like I said, it started back in 2020. And, it was where we talk about how to live in the now because we were going through a pandemic and people were just trying to say, well, what do we do now? And what do we do? And I was like, it's not what now, it's how now. How are we navigating in this new space that we're in? And so that was the beginning of How Now. And I went through the process of getting it trademarked and being able to share with people what we're doing in the now, how we're navigating in this space. So a big portion of what I've been doing over these last couple of years is my podcast, and that airs every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, I started having people look out for that. I created a YouTube page because people, my special friends, they said, well, oh, you have a podcast. Where can I watch it? I was like, it's a podcast. You listen to it. And they were like, oh, no, where can you watch it? And so I had to make a pivot. I was like, okay, so people want to see it. So, I started my How Now YouTube channel. And so those were things, and I created playlists. And so that was a space for me to be able to sharing some of the videos that I thought people were seeing. So, I do my podcast. I also do spiritual life coaching. As a minister, I've been a minister for 7 years. And so, I do life coaching and helping people to be able to, create overall wellness. Everything for me is about mind, body, and spirit. That's what wellness encompasses. So that, they all intersect at some point. Okay. I see we're looking at the page where I went through my wellness journey. So, I lost 64 pounds 4 years ago. And, one thing that, ties all of these things together is that there's a point where you decide that you're going to make a change, but you don't realize how it changes different aspects of your life. One thing that I did when I started my wellness journey is I already didn't think I was going to be successful. So, when I think about redefining, and the reason why I have that compass is because you have to know where you are in order to know where you're going. And so what happened was I had a destination in mind. I wanted to start that wellness journey. And then when it actually worked and I got there and I got to my destination, I was like, oh my God, now I don't know what to do. I didn't have a budget. I had a whole bunch of clothes that didn't fit, and I didn't know what to do. So there were a lot of things that were going on that that prompted me to say, okay, how do all of these things tie in together? How does my ministry tie in? How does my wellness tie in? How does my podcast tie in? All of these things tie in because they're all intersecting at some point. It took faith to be able to do my wellness journey. It took, being able to educate myself. It took, being able to encourage myself. All of these things had to come together. It all, encompassed how are we doing things now? How am I navigating in this space? How am I coping? And my acronym for coping is create our peaceful existence. How are we creating our peaceful existence? And we're doing that in all of these different ways. And so that's how, all of my business ventures here tie in together because they're allowing you to tap into different areas of your life and to see how they intersect. What toolboxes are you creating? So that way, whatever the situation is that you're dealing with, you have a tool to reach for. And it's not the same tool for everything. So that's pretty much my business in a box, creating ways for us to, make wellness an overall habit.
I want you to share with the people what you shared before we got on this call. And before you do, when you share the story, I want you to understand that this is a story that you create in every aspect of your life, and that all is one. And that is what you're sharing with your weight loss journey, that you have to lose weight from your mind to lose the weight, to release the weight from your body. And that's what you did. And so I want you to share with the people what you shared with me now that you have your biz in a box that you shared.
No, I don't know which one to. I've told you so many things.
The self-sabotage.
Yes, the self-sabotage. Okay, yeah. Now, once you created the biz in a box and I scrolled through and looked at everything, the one thing that I had a moment of imposter syndrome. I was like, I can't do all of these things. For a long time, for me, it was a matter of not a fear of failure, but a fear of success. I was like, if I do all these things and people know that I can do all these things, am I going to be able to meet the demand? Am I going to be able to do things? And for me, I was like, okay, I started backpedaling. I was like, I can't do this. This is not something that I feel comfortable doing. I'm sharing this and now people are going to see all these things and now people are going to be able to reach out to me. And I guess I got comfortable with them not reaching out, thinking that, oh, okay, well, I'm right. My business isn't really what it is. And now that I know that people are going to be able to see this and they're going to be able to check it, I had that fleeting moment like, I can't do this. I'm not going to be successful at this. And then I had to say, no, wait a minute, stop. This is where those toolboxes came in. I had to be able to reach back and say, okay, Kim, what about your faith? You believe that all things are possible. So you can do this. Yes, you can. These are things that you do all the time. These are things that come as second nature to you. These are the healthy habits that you've created, and you can share those with other people. So I was able to turn it around. But to see it all like this in one place for that moment, I was like, no, I can't do this. I guess I was comfortable with people being confused and not being able to find me because then I could hide.
Yeah.
And now it's all here. It's all here. There's no hiding. I'm coming out.
Bingo. The biz in a box is it. In reality, it redefined you, not defined you, but defound you because you were already there. You were already you're already walking the walk.
That's
you're
right.
Already
365 days every day.
Yeah.
Remember that.
That's right.
Every day.
That's
nonstop.
right.
I was like,
That's
who
right.
is this lady?
Okay. And like I said, this is years of execution. Yeah. This is all about execution.
Yep. David recognizes the consistency because he is the same way when it comes to a commitment about going live or something. And so, that's where where you hit the nail on the head. We all do this. We all kind of hide behind our own story that we have going on. David and I do this too. So like this is why.
That's why I'm calling it out, because I had that story.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have that story, and I shared that. So.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's what this is about, is being able to humanize what happens. And this is a part of it. There's so many people out there that are watching this, that are going to watch the replay, and they're going to be like, you know, I know what she's talking about because I have that same thing. Or I'm hiding behind my own, whatever it is, website, podcast, whatever it is. Like, you know, for a long time, yes, you know, David always like, Tara, you're a cute kind of button. You should be seen. You're a button that should be seen. And David is constantly like, go live, be more visible. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm okay over here.
No, she's like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
And ultimately I'm like, no, I'm good. You know, I'm good over here. But what happens is that comfortability and not showing up for your own self. Now, here's the kicker. Guess what, Miss Kim? When we do show up, just like you're showing up here, just like you're putting your best foot forward here, people need that. People want that. I know. It's even recorded. See? So the point being is that the beautiful thing about this is that your Biz in a Box actually redefined you. Defined as all be, you know, to make sure we stay on brand, but it really refound your own love for what you do.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, it's a wonderful testimony, you know, to be able to see all of these things, all this culmination of everything I do in one place. And to be able to say, okay, these are some things that I have as offering. These are gifts that were given to me by God. So now I can present them to people and say, okay, what are some steps that you're going to take? This is holding me accountable for all of the things that I say that I do and all the things that I say that I am. And now they're here and there's no question about it. And so that's the beauty of this. This is another tool in my toolbox that's going to help me to be successful. I have to share that one quick story. I ran into my dear girlfriend. We and her have been trying to catch up with each other between my traveling for work and everything. I have not had an opportunity to see her. And I ran into her yesterday in my favorite spot. I call it the GW, the Goodwill. I love going in there. And I happened to run in there and ran into her. And I was like, girl, what are you doing here? And she's like, girl, she said, I've been binge watching your podcast. I was like, what? Because like I said, she's my friend. I gave her direct, access. And she said, I've been binge watching your show. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm going live. I saw her yesterday. She said, I'm going live. I said, I'm going live tomorrow. And I said, I've got a new platform. And what did I do? I went right to my phone. I have my link on it they gave me. I have my my QR code. She scanned it. She was able to stand right there in the store and scroll through. She was like, girl, this is amazing. Oh my gosh. Look wow. And she was like, it's got everything connected. And it was just beautiful to be able to do that. Usually I have a little dot card, or I have a little card and I'm trying to scan something. And yes, I have business cards that are refrigerator magnets. Don't judge me. No judgment.
We all got to make the pivot one day.
So I go around with
you better be glad I didn't know about that beforehand. I would have
went around with refrigerator magnets in my wallet, and I would just give people, here's a magnet.
Heavy's all outdoors, going through the airport security. Just, man, what's in your what's in your purse? You can't be taking all these magnets.
What is happening? So it's because what do you have in your hand all the time? Your phone. And that one of the first things that you told me to do, David, you was like, all right, go on your phone, click on this, go to these settings, and it's right there. And so anybody who needs it, bam, right there. Without having to go through, I don't have to go through scrolling through all these things, trying to go, connect here and wait, let's see if our phones connect. Everybody can do a QR code. Everybody can take a picture. Everybody has done it. So it's the ease with which I can share information now without having to go through jumping through all of these hoops. This is magical. This
And this
is
is the benefit, right, of why we have our pivot membership that you're joining
yes,
and being a part of
yes,
that, where a lot of entrepreneurs don't know these ins and outs and the time that's
right.
saved, right? And so one of the questions that I have for you, and Tori, you can ask the last question, is, now that you just shared a great story, what is your confidence level now that you have your biz in a box compared to your old website? Like, now that you went through that experience, compared to what you had, right, to what you have now, would you do business with yourself looking at your old business?
No, no, no. But now, like, all I'm doing is like, okay, let me make sure I got my calendar clear because it's about to be full.
Yes, ma'am.
That's it. Yeah, I'm confident in that because this was the step that I needed to take. This was the investment that I needed to make in myself. Because why go through all of these things? Why have all of these gifts and not be able to share them and not be able to present them in a way that's going to help people to say, oh, okay, I see where she's going. I've been around for a long time and people just were like, well, we know Kim, but we don't quite know what she has. We know she has a podcast. We don't know quite what she does. Now people can see what it is that I do. That's no longer a question, you know? They see you in a certain light or they see you in one area and don't know that there are so many other things that you do. And now they can see. They're like, oh, you have books? Yes, I've written 6 books. People are like, you wrote a book. People don't know what they don't know. And now everything is presented. Everything is for them. Everything is right there at their fingertips. So that's why my confidence level is going up because I was like, okay, it's showtime now.
Yeah.
So now it's like, go on, get ready. So I'm ready for the overflow.
And this is what we share with our clients. We do so much more than just AI and automation and technology. We give you your time back and we help you look a whole lot better and you be more confident about your business and you showcasing your business the way it should be showcased and help you go to the next level. And we can build a foundation for you that's 10,000 square foot or 100,000 square foot, especially with our Hello Nexus that we just created. So do not be afraid to understand new technology. And more importantly, don't you want that confidence? Don't you want to be able to say, hey, I went from here to there? And you just said it yourself. You wouldn't do business with yourself. I want people to hear that. You
That's
wouldn't
right.
do business with your own self, with your old platform. How many other people are looking at their old website or utilizing a Calendly link or telling people to go to this outdated landing page that somebody just learned how to build and now they're trying to tell you how to do your business and they haven't done it? And this is the difference between people that have actually done it and have experience to people that haven't. And this is what we get to showcase and actually have clients that can come on here and say, boom, this is what they've done.
That's it. The one thing that I love that y'all both do is that you talk to me. You asked me what it was that I wanted. You asked me what it was that I was looking for, and you allowed me to make it my own. I looked at other people's sites and I was like, okay, well, that's not necessarily me or no. And the one thing I said, I don't want it to be busy. I don't want it to be distracting. I want it to be clean lines. I want it to be these colors. And you took what I asked for and you made it, you brought it to life. And that's the beauty of anything that you're doing when you can articulate the things that you want and people can help you to meet that. We all have tools, we all have things that we want to do, we all have things that we are capable of, but we don't always have all tools. We may have tools in our toolbox, we may not know how to use them all. And it's wonderful to be able to have somebody who can walk along with you, who can stand there and hand you the pieces that you need to build what it is that you're building. So you all came in and you supported me, and I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Well, the beautiful thing about that is the simple fact that, we were just reading from Mr. Baker here, Mr. Bakar here, and he was talking about how you're, giving, the direct connection back to the readers. And, there's nothing wrong with other platforms. We're not here to bash other platforms, but what we are here to say is that we're here to empower the smaller dog in the fight, proverbial fight. And sometimes we tend to go to other larger platforms that are well known by millions of people in this world because we think that brings value or visibility to us. in reality, it might bring visibility to you in a little bit of way, but they're also making you pay grand, enormous amounts through what they keep. And so what I'm speaking about is bringing your books straight to your platform and bringing them on to where now you have the ability to sell your books directly on the platform, where they're immediate, instant downloads, where, you know, your readers can get them instantly. So what happens here is that you're not only creating an experience for your clientele and your users of instant at the fingertips, which we all love as consumers.
Yeah.
We all love to have that instability at our fingertips. But also what it does is it does that same thing for you. It's a win-win. You are stopping to fumble around. Your clients are directly to the point of what they want to find. I'm here for books, Miss Kim. I know you talk and I know there's a podcast, but I want to read your books. Or I'm here for life coaching. Oh my gosh, I need to get my life together. I don't care about books. I'm here for this.
Right.
And that's what the beautiful thing about your Biz in a Box, your one app, one tap, you're straight here into what is going to work for you. So you're not fumbling through your purse trying to find your magnets and trying to explain to people that, hey, what is it can I help you with? Because guess what? David and I learned a long time ago, and this is something that you brought up, and this is why we asked you, what do you want? Because we can love it. We love your Biz in a Box, but it's not ours. We are not the ones who purchased it to make it, and it must be what you love, because that is the type of business that David and I do. And what this does for you in the whole grand scheme of things is not only it vets you out. This is an instant vetting. You know, when you introduce somebody, when you say, hey, you know, for instance, Miss Leah Garcia is on here, which is actually the amazing person you got to talk with and saw what we were able to do for Miss Leah. So she was your social proof. And what happens is her Biz in a Box was social proof to you. And now your Biz in a Box is social proof to other people, because they show up and they go, well, whoa, this woman has her stuff together. She knows what she's doing. She's got systems. She's got it's classy. It's nice. It speaks to her and who she is. And like you said, you didn't want a lot of animation. Other people love that. For instance, Miss Leah has amazing scrolling money falling in the background because she's making it rain. Doesn't mean you're not making it rain. You're making it glisten and gold with the gold that you got. So it's just about what speaks to everybody's thing. So as I wrap this up, you know, listening to other entrepreneurs other entrepreneurs listening here today, you know, they might be like, well, this is beautiful. I love it. You know, it's great that you can do all this, but they might be in the same boat you were, juggling the social media, the scheduling, trying to update your website, trying to keep it. You even said, Miss Tara, you have things on my website that are my Biz in a Box that are kind of things I don't do now. And that's a part of, the maintenance of it. So as I share all of this, what would you say that the value that having everything that the Biz in a Box has brought to your life just in this short time? I know we've talked about this, but from a business point of view, the time, the energy, and how it vets you to your clients when they come to your site.
If you could whisper in their ear, what would you tell them?
What would you say?
What would you tell them? Somebody's like, I don't know about them. What would you tell them?
I would tell them, invest in you. I would tell them, invest in you. This is an investment in you. How do you see yourself? We always ask that question. How do you see yourself? What do you see yourself doing over the next couple of years? And so it's a matter of saying, invest in you, invest in your vision. Allow HELLO LLC to be the architects, to be there. You have a frame, you have a thought or a design in mind. Allow them to be there to help you to get the pieces. You're still building your dynasty. You're still building, your foundation. Allow them to be those pieces that are helping you to make that foundation sound. So that's what I would tell them. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself to the wonderful things that you all can do. So I'm grateful. Look, I've got my magnets down here. I'm tossing them. They were, they were in my
These are
purse. So I'm just like, they're going now. They're going. The whole magnetic back and everything. Yes, they're gone. They're gone. They
Ain't
gone.
nobody's refrigerators microwave no more because it's all AI.
That
You,
part.
you messing up somebody's vision seeing into their refrigerator, girl. Nobody gonna want that. What you talking?
They can't
They
see
can't see what's in their
no more.
refrigerator. AI is gonna be like, get off of my screen,
That part.
right?
Oh, it's gone. But yeah, invest. Like I said, you guys are architects. I want people to remember that. Allow yourself to have people come in that are going to help you to build that foundation that you're creating. They're not trying to take it away from you. They're adding on to it. You're those pieces of lumber and those beams that are going to come in and make things firm, make things strong. And that's it. I can't do it alone. And now I have you all to help me. And don't deny yourself the opportunity to have those architects help you as well.
We all remember going to prom or, winter formal or whatever it was in school. And we all got ready in some form or fashion, whether it was the guys who went and got their tux rented, or they borrowed a suit, or they borrowed their dad's or their cousin's suit and they got it ironed. But nobody got ready by themselves. My point being is everybody went and got a haircut. The girls went maybe all to one house where somebody did makeup really good and somebody did hair really good. And those girls that just didn't really do that so good, they went and found help. But maybe they did nails really good or whatever it is. But we all came together as a community. And that's what this is that, look, we do systems. We curate the conversation for your business really well. We can look at your business and say, okay, this is the focal point. This is not the focal point. This is where we need to funnel people. And this is how we need to solve some of your visibility, your solutions, your systems, whatever that problem is. That's what we do really well. David and I have done this for combined over 40 plus years in corporate America. So this is why we're really good at this. But guess what? We're not the ones that are going to be up here ordained ministers. We're not doing that. That's not our lane. We're not like Miss Leah Garcia, who's going to be over here giving you financial advice about what you need to be investing in. That's not our lane. But the thing is that you two do it extremely well. And so we're going to tell people to go see you guys for that, just like you're going to share with people to come see us for what we do. And that's the beauty of community. And that's what this is about.
That's it. Y'all are in my toolbox.
It's the new currency. Yeah, we did. We didn't even practice that.
You don't know. But, Ms. Kim, we are so grateful that you gave us the keys to your business, number one.
Yes.
And said, here. When we very first started this business 8 years ago, a lot of people don't know, we were going to call this Pimp Your Website. And it was not the good name. And we got reminded of that very, very, very quickly.
It was funny in the moment, but probably not the best.
Some of you that do know us, it then got changed to Hello Briefcase. That was the original name. And now it's Biz in a Box. And now we've made another evolution of our Hello Nexus. And so this is just, once again, this is Tara and I built in our business and now being able to implement it for other people because we started in network marketing.
Yeah.
I lost 80 pounds in 6 months. Tara lost 60 pounds in 6 months.
Yeah.
We started on a wellness journey, just like with yourself.
Yeah.
And then we found, how it could help us. And we went to go help other people. And now here we are now. And so this is where we get to tell our story. That's our journey. That's now your glory or your story, God, or help you get over your landmines. And this is where we get to come together. And so this is why we stress so much. Get out of your own way.
Yeah.
Stop saying, oh, I don't need that. My website is this. No, it's not. Because I can tear it apart right now. ChatGPT will do wonders with it now with me just putting in your website link. So this is where we really got to update and move forward. But with that said, Ms. Kim, last words. Tell people where they can find you, how they can get a hold of you, what you want to share with them on our way out of here. Talk to us, man.
Okay. Tell them go to www.hownowpodcast.com. That's all you need. One-stop shop. I love the way y'all said that. One app, one tap. All right. Like I said, just walk in your purpose. Make sure that you're walking in your purpose, that you're using the toolboxes that are going to help you to respond and not react to the things that are going on. Okay. And That's all I have to say about that. Until I see you all the next time, I say peace. Make sure you check out the How Now podcast on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Central. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, check me out. Check out my website. Okay, one-stop shop, one tap, one app.
Yes, ma'am.
You know the drill.
You know how it goes.
Love,
Kindness,
integrity,
but most importantly,
commitment,
and
consistency.
and until next time,
Toodles.
doodles.
Let's be real. If your business still runs on messages, memory, and manual work, you're not scaling. You're surviving.
Follow-ups fall through, your team stays busy. Still using old business cards and outdated websites, but growth still feels stuck.
That's not a people problem. That's a systems problem.
At the HELLO LLC, we build digital infrastructure that replaces chaos with clarity. Hello. And we do it 2 ways.
If you're building your brand, check out the Biz in a Box and the Hello Pivot membership. We can show you, teach you, or do it for you. The foundation and the systems for your marketing, social media, and live experiences to launch, grow, and stay consistent without doing everything yourself.
For companies with 3 to 25 employees, we implement our HELLO Nexus, a complete AI-powered infrastructure built with intelligent, intuitive AI agents that go far beyond what you see on the surface.
This all-in-one business system is powered by AI agents that don't just respond and are more than just website. It's an experience inside your company. Hello Nexus executes the work behind your business, handling workflows, follow-up, operational output, captures leads, follows up instantly, booking appointments, and keeps your business moving automatically, so you don't need to hire more staff.
AI agents implemented across your new website, SMS, social media, and voice, all working together as one connected system.
And this is the difference. Being preventive in your business with AI. It's not just a tool. It's not just something that looks good. It's a fully integrated AI system designed for the next phase of your business, where everything works together behind the scenes and creates an experience for your customers with updated branding and marketing strategies.
Collaboration is the new currency, and we've been doing this for over 10 years. We don't just test it, we implement it.
Because AI isn't the future. It's already at your doorstep, and implementation is the key. So whether you're building your business or scaling your company,
Welcome to the HELLO LLC, where we implement smart AI systems that turn conversations into yes for your business. Choose your path and get started now at thehellollc.io.
let's be real. If your business still runs on messages, memory, and manual work, you're not scaling. You're surviving.
Follow-ups fall through, your team stays busy. Still using old business cards and outdated websites, but growth still feels stuck.
That's not a people problem. That's a systems problem.
At the HELLO LLC, we build digital infrastructure that replaces chaos with clarity. Hello. And we do it 2 ways.
If you're building your brand, check out the Biz in a Box and the Hello Pivot membership. We can show you, teach you, or do it for you. The foundation and the systems for your marketing, social media, and live experiences to launch, grow, and stay consistent without doing everything yourself.
For companies with 3 to 25 employees, we implement our HELLO Nexus, a complete AI-powered infrastructure built with intelligent, intuitive AI agents that go far beyond what you see on the surface.
This all-in-one business system is powered by AI agents that don't just respond and are more than just website. It's an experience inside your company. Hello Nexus executes the work behind your business, handling workflows, follow-up, operational output, captures leads, follows up instantly, booking appointments, and keeps your business moving automatically, so you don't need to hire more staff.
AI agents implemented across your new website, SMS, social media, and voice, all working together as one connected system.
And this is the difference. Being preventive in your business with AI. It's not just a tool. It's not just something that looks good. It's a fully integrated AI system designed for the next phase of your business, where everything works together behind the scenes and creates an experience for your customers with updated branding and marketing strategies.
Collaboration is the new currency, and we've been doing this for over 10 years. We don't just test it, we implement it.
Because AI isn't the future. It's already at your doorstep, and implementation is the key. So whether you're building your business or scaling your company,
Welcome to the HELLO LLC, where we implement smart AI systems that turn conversations into yes for your business. Choose your path and get started now at thehellollc.io.
Your phone is your business, but when you're underwater, every missed call is a missing paycheck. Is it fixed yet? Manual operations aren't just a headache, they're costing you jobs. Hey, we already hired another plumber. Thanks anyway. Meanwhile, your competitor has automation. Their leads are booked and ready to pay before you've even found a pen. Missed calls equal missed money. And let's be honest, this is a shitty situation. At the HELLO LLC, we help you automate follow-up and scale. Talk to Izzy at thehellollc.io and get out of the drain.
Hey, baby, when we found this AI tool, she's like, hey, you can keep doing it the old way that you were doing it. But I found you a Ferrari and you're walking to work every day. And that's really what a lot of people are doing is they're deciding to walk, to their customers. They're decided to walk everywhere when they can have a Ferrari and the Ferrari can drop them and go wherever or whatever example. You might not want a Ferrari. I get it, right? But understand the concept of you're doing things the old way, the manual way, when there's this new tool out there that can be able to do it and you don't know how to implement it. Allow us to do it and save yourself that time. Other than saying, oh, I'm going to wait until this or wait until that, you're already behind, right? AI is here. It's not getting back in the box.
You're always bringing new ideas, new tools, new concepts. And that's what I love is that we're not like kind of painted into a corner and now we can't evolve. No, what you build is it's an evolution, right? We're always tweaking and adding. And a majority of time now, it's not even things that I come up with. It's just things that you're like, oh, we're doing this. We're going there because we have that. I have that faith and confidence and trust in you. And I know that you two always have my best interests at heart. So I really do appreciate that from both of you so much.
Hey, business owners, you know your website isn't working, right? Quick question. If someone lands on your website right now, what actually happens next? Do they get engaged instantly? Get followed up with automatically? Or do you just get another email notification after they filled out a form, creating more manual work? Congratulations. You basically built a crusty, dusty digital flyer pretending to be a business system. Some of y'all are still only using Calendly and outdated landing pages like your link in bio is a full business infrastructure. You have no automation in your business. Number one, you send people to a book a call link or a contact form that quietly dies in your inbox, while your lead quietly hires your competitor with AI. Fact, 88% of visitors won't return after a bad website experience, and businesses can lose up to 50% of leads from slow follow-ups without AI automation. Then entrepreneurs say, AI doesn't work for my business. No, the outdated systems you haven't updated, the slow response times, and your outdated manual workflows are failing your business. It is time to upgrade. Remember, scared money doesn't make money. At the HELLO LLC, we build AI-powered websites that connect your CRM, social media, marketing, and AI agents into one smart AI ecosystem that works for your business 24/7. Plus, we can show you, teach you, or do it for you. Hello! Your website shouldn't just exist. It should execute. Stop hiring for problems systems should solve. Go scan your systems with Izzy, our intuitive AI agent at the HelloLLC.io, and see what AI can replace in your business. Toodles! You're listening to The AI Edge, the show that makes AI simple, easy, and practical. From chaos to clarity, AI made easy. Let's cut the chaos.
Okay, so let's talk about something that I think it's a good problem to have that quickly turns into a nightmare problem.
Ooh, I know this one. It's when the phone starts ringing and then it just doesn't stop. And you're excited for like a week.
For a week, exactly. You hit a new level of growth. Your marketing is working, word of mouth is spreading, your business is growing, but you feel like you're drowning.
Right, because what happens is you scale the work, but you also scale the chaos. You don't scale the systems, you just get messier.
That is the perfect way to put it. And when we say systems, people, especially non-techie people, their eyes glaze over. They think we're talking about, I don't know, complicated software or a server room.
Yeah, like code. It's not that. A system is just what happens next. It's the process.
Exactly. A system is a new lead calls you. What happens? Do you answer? Does it go to voicemail? Who calls them back? When do they get a call back? That's a system, or the lack of one.
And for most small businesses, the system is the owner's brain and a bunch of sticky notes.
The owner's already overloaded brain, and that system breaks fast. It's funny, it's something we see all the time with clients at the HELLO LLC. They come to us because the thing that made them successful, their personal effort, is now the bottleneck holding them back.
Totally. Let's make this real for a second. Let's talk about a construction company, a general contractor. Let's call him Bob.
Bob the Builder. I love it. So Bob is amazing at his job. He does incredible work, his clients love him, and now the referrals are pouring in. His phone is ringing while he's up on a ladder, while he's running a saw, while he's meeting with a homeowner.
So what happens? He misses the call. And that potential client who's ready to spend $50,000 on a new kitchen gets a voicemail box that's, surprise, surprise, completely full.
Right. Or even worse, he answers it. He's like, "Hello, yeah, can I call you back?" And he scribbles the name and number on a piece of drywall with a pencil he can barely find.
Oh, the drywall note. I've seen it. Or the back of a gas station receipt that ends up going through the wash. That lead is gone.
And Bob's intentions are good. He genuinely plans to call every single person back. But then the lumber delivery's late. An employee calls in sick. And by the time he gets home at 9 p.m. covered in dust, the last thing he has the energy to do is make sales calls.
That's the definition of time poverty. He's so busy doing the work that he can't work on the business. He's stuck. And the burnout, it is so real. And think about the ripple effect of that. The customer who couldn't reach him, they leave a 1-star review online saying doesn't even answer his phone. His best employee is getting burnt out because the disorganization means he has to deal with angry clients asking for updates Bob was supposed to give. The chaos doesn't just cost him leads, it damages his reputation and his team morale.
It's total burnout. He's leaving tens of thousands of dollars on the table, not because he's bad at his job, but because his system, his brain, and the piece of drywall can't handle the volume.
Okay, so that's the chaos. Let's flip it. Let's talk about clarity. What could Bob's world look like with a simple AI-powered system?
Okay, picture this. The phone rings, Bob's up on the ladder, he can't answer. Same situation, but this time, after 3 rings, instead of a full voicemail box, something else happened.
An AI assistant picks up, not a robot voice, a natural, friendly voice. It says, "Hi, you've reached Bob's Construction. He's currently on a job site, but I can help get your information to him. Are you calling about a new project?"
The customer says yes. The AI asks, "Great, could you tell me a little about the project and what's the best address for the job?" It gathers the key info.
And this is the magic part. That conversation, it isn't just a recording. The AI transcribes it, understands it, and creates a new contact in Bob's system with all the notes. He tags it as a hot lead kitchen remodel.
And it gets better. The instant the call ends, two things happen. One, Bob gets a text message on his phone that says, "New lead, Jane Doe, kitchen remodel, 123 Main Street. Tap here to see details." Two, Jane, the customer, gets a text that says, "Thanks for calling Bob's Construction. He's received your info and will personally call you back this evening. In the meantime, here's a link to our portfolio of recent kitchen projects."
Stop. That is a completely different universe for the customer. They went from, full voicemail to, wow, this guy is on it.
It's a world-class first impression. And for Bob, when he gets off the ladder, he doesn't have a vague, stressful feeling of, "I think someone called." He has an organized list of hot leads with all the info he needs. No more lost revenue.
That right there is automation over burnout. You're not working harder. You have a system that's working for you 24/7. It's like having the perfect office manager who never sleeps or takes a vacation.
And we can take it even further. The AI could even access Bob's calendar and say, "It looks like Bob has an opening to come by for an estimate tomorrow at 4 p.m. or Friday at 10 a.m. Would either of those work for you?" And book the appointment right on the call.
Okay, now you're just showing off, but it's true. The follow-up, the scheduling, the reminders, all of that manual, repetitive work can be handled. This is the core of what we help businesses solve at the HELLO LLC. We take that specific chaos, the missed calls, the messy scheduling, the forgotten follow-ups, and we build these clear, automated pathways for them.
And the impact it's huge. Bob's not just less stressed, he's probably closing 30% more jobs because his follow-up is perfect. His customers are happier because the communication is professional from the very first second. He's making more money and working fewer hours.
He can finally focus on what he's actually good at, building things.
Right. And look, we're using a construction company as an example, but this applies to every small service business. Lawyers, accountants, marketing agencies, plumbers, dog groomers. If your phone rings with new business, this applies to you.
It's any business where you're trading time for money, and you're the main point of contact. Your time is the ultimate bottleneck.
And people hear this and think, okay, that sounds amazing, but how in the world do I build that? They think they need to learn to code or hire a super expensive tech team.
Yeah, the how can feel overwhelming. And honestly, we could go down a rabbit hole on the different parts and pieces, but the truth is, you don't need to know all that. That's why we exist.
It's true. We help businesses design, build, and implement this at the HELLO LLC. If you need support, you don't need to become an AI expert. You just need to be an expert in your business and be able to identify the chaos.
That's the key. Where are the sticky notes in your business? Where are the dropped balls? That's the starting point. It's all about putting systems over staff, or in this case, systems over the owner's sanity.
It's the ultimate from chaos to clarity move. It's not about adding more to your plate. It's about building a smarter plate.
I love that. A smarter plate. So for anyone listening who feels like our friend Bob, who knows their business is growing, but their systems are breaking, just know that it doesn't have to be that way.
You don't have to hire 3 more people just to handle the intake. You can use smart, simple automation to handle the chaos so you can focus on growth. The technology is here and it's more accessible than you think.
So the takeaway is really take a hard look at your processes. Where is the friction? Where are things getting dropped? Because that's where AI can step in and change everything.
Absolutely. And if you feel stuck and want a guide to help you find those friction points and build a solution, well, that's what we're here for. Begin your AI clarity experience. Book a free, no-obligation strategy session at thehellollc.io. Let's see where AI can save you time, money, and stress.
This, my friends, is a great way for us all to be able to utilize AI agents, whether you come and find out more from us, whether you implement it in your business, however that might take place for you, you got to do something because this AI is not going back in the box. I can assure you of that. It is out. It is here and it is ready to play. And the question is, are you ready to play with it, or are you still playing hide and seek? And so many of us are playing hide and seek with our business and not implementing these things and utilizing these things because we're scared, because we are sitting there talking about, oh, I don't know what this is going to do or how it's going to do. And all you got to do is press buttons. And if you don't know, guess what? You can come and talk to us. You are my button. And you can come and talk to us, and we will be able to help you guys implement those things for you.
Let's take a totally different industry. Home services, a plumber, an electrician, someone with a team and vans out in the field. The chaos there is next level.
The phone is the entire business. A homeowner has a burst pipe. They're not emailing you. They're calling the first 3 plumbers on Google, and the first one to answer gets the job.
And if you're on another call or out on a job yourself, that call goes to voicemail, and that job is gone. That lead is lost forever.
It's brutal. Industry stats show that up to 50% of potential leads in home services are lost simply due to slow or missed follow-up. Half your business just evaporated.
So how does the AI operating system fix that?
The AI becomes your 24/7 receptionist. It answers every single call and every single text instantly. No more voicemail. It understands what the customer needs, checks the company's real-time schedule, and can book the job right there on the call.
So the business owner isn't constantly pulled away from a complex job to answer a simple scheduling call.
Never again. And the system then automatically sends appointment reminders to the customer, dispatches the job details to the right technician, and my favorite part, after the job is done, it follows up with a text asking for a 5-star review.
Which everyone forgets to do. That's brilliant. It's truly that systems over staff mentality. You aren't just hiring more people to patch holes. You're building an automated, reliable system that works perfectly every time.
And again, that's what a unified system like HELLO Nexus does. It's the connective tissue. It makes sure no lead is ever dropped and no opportunity is ever missed.
Let's take a
Anyone using AI is getting expelled. Do you hear me? Expelled. Expelled.
I just came from an AI conference out west, and holy cow, they said to me that what we're going to see in the next 6 months outstrips what we've seen in the last 10 years because the rate of change is on a hockey stick and heading up. And I got to say, I'm pretty up to date on this stuff, and it blew my mind on some of the stuff I was seeing.
In terms of what? What did you see?
Well, there was one company that is selling autonomous coding for enterprises to big businesses, and their revenue is up 100-fold in the last 12 months. So if that continues, it's going to eat a lot of the tech budgets from major corporates that used to go to humans. Mm-hmm. And so you're seeing the employment of recent computer science graduates fall off a cliff from a lot of programs. If you rewind, 4 years ago, what would we tell young people for a secure career, learn to code? And now the opposite of that is true.
So where are you on jobs long term?
Look, Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic, laid it out very clearly, and he's been doing so repeatedly. He's saying we're going to automate away up to 50% of entry-level white-collar jobs in the next several years, and I believe him. The easiest people to fire are the people you haven't hired yet, which again is why you see the hiring of recent college graduates heading down, and the underemployment rate over 50%. The unemployment rate among college graduates is now the same or higher than non-college graduates for the first time in history.
Jarvis, wake up. Daddy's home. How's our app doing?
Good evening, sir. Pulling up our app stats now. Over the last 7 days, we had 2,096 new downloads and generated $3,402 in revenue. Now, looking at yesterday's ads, you spent $264 at a 2.7 return on ad spend. Your best performer was the testimonial creative, and your weakest was the slideshow. For organic content, I'm posting 3 short-form videos a day. This week, the content reached 148,000 total views, and the strongest performers are opening with more curiosity, so I'm shifting the next batch in that direction. You also received 7 customer emails. I resolved 5 automatically. 1 refund request is waiting on approval, and 1 bug report was handed to our developer agent. He was able to isolate the issue, create a fix, and now the pull request is ready whenever you want to check it. My recommendation today, record 3 more creator-style videos, as I'm running low on content to edit, shift budget toward the winning ad set, and reply to the refund request. What would you like me to handle first?
The American dream is getting out of America. Hello. 1 year in Thailand. And let me just say this. It is a land of smiles, and they don't give a damn about what you think, what you wear, what you drive, none of that. Looking good does not exist here in Thailand. Your shoes, your clothes, none of that. Riding a scooter, go out in a scooter, nobody cares what you drive. You got a BMW, you got this, got that. None of that matters here, which is the great thing about Thailand. The food, absolutely amazing. Anything you want, they got it. Is it expensive? No. Is it cheap? No. It is less expensive than in America. I can tell you that right now. So bring money with if you want to have fun anywhere now being outside the country for 4 years. Yes, it's less expensive, but you go buy things that you probably wouldn't buy back in the States because it's like, ooh, I want that. So I'm just here to share with you guys all. Living abroad in Thailand has been a 10, like the guy from Friday Night Lights. Can't put my hands up, but you get a 10. But other than that, it has been absolutely amazing as a year checkup. Just saying, come visit, get out of the country. The American dream is getting out of America. Hello.
Still running your business on sticky notes? Still serving PTA flyer vibes with free word templates? Still stuck in that comfy little 2013 tech bubble for your business? AI called. It saw your workflow systems and it cried. Guess what? Your brand's in therapy now. Yeah, that comfort zone might be costing you more than you think. The HELLO LLC welcomes you to go from chaos to clarity. We've been talking AI since before it was trendy, but now we're showing you how to actually use it. Real business use cases, automation hacks, and AI strategies that scale your brand now and set you up for the future. This is the AI Edge, powered by the HELLO LLC. Streaming live every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time from the HELLO Plaza, our Metaverse HQ. Yep, join the Metaverse from your phone, laptop, iPad, even grandma's VR headset if she'll let you use them. Or if you're still holding on, catch us on the crusty, dusty 2D social media platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and X. Either way, press the button, and let's upgrade. From chaos to clarity, let's work smarter, not harder. Buckle up, buttercups, and let's explore the AI edge.
You're listening that makes AI simple, easy, and practical. From chaos to clarity, AI made easy. Let's cut the chaos.
Let's really cut through it today, because we hear this constantly from small business owners. They feel stuck. They think they have a lead problem or a people problem. But what if the business isn't actually broken?
Right. It's almost never a lead problem. It's a system problem. And what happens is they throw more money at ads, get more leads, and what happens?
More chaos, more missed opportunities. The bucket is leaking and they're just trying to pour water in faster. Or they hire more people, which just adds more confusion.
Exactly. The stats on this are, honestly, they're staggering. Up to 50% of leads never even get a response. Half.
And that's because there's no system. Someone fills out a form on the website and where does it go? Who's supposed to call them? When? It's just hope. Hope is not a strategy.
And then there's the speed issue. Responding to a lead within 5 minutes increases the conversion rate up to 21 times.
21. That is insane. So think about it for anyone listening. Where are your leads actually going after they come in? Do you know? For sure.
And if you want to see what an instant response looks like, just test ours. Seriously. Go to thehellolllc.io and talk to our AI assistant, Izzy, or send us a message on Instagram or Facebook. See how fast you get a reply. It's not a person waiting by the phone, it's a system.
That's the core truth of all of this. Everyone is obsessed with the top of the funnel. More ads, more traffic, more leads. But nobody wants to fix what happens after the lead actually shows interest. That's where the money is made or lost.
That's where leads go to die. Slow response times, no follow-up, different tools that don't talk to each other, or my favorite, nobody knows who owns the lead. The sales guy thinks the front desk has it, the front desk thinks marketing is handling it.
Total chaos. And follow-up is the biggest killer. I read a stat that 80% of sales require 5 or more follow-up.
Oh, at least. People are busy.
Right, but get this. Nearly half of all businesses, they stop after just one follow-up.
That's just giving up. It's wild. So you're not actually losing leads. You're abandoning them. You're paying good money to get them in the door, and then you're just letting them walk away.
Let's make this real. Imagine a roofing company, a decent-sized small business, maybe 10, 15 employees. They're getting leads from all over. Facebook ads, the contact form on their website, people calling the office.
Okay, yeah, classic scenario. So what's happening now in their current reality?
Well, the Facebook lead comes in, but the owner is on a job site, so it sits there for 5 hours. The website form goes to an email inbox that the office admin checks, a few times a day between a million other tasks. And the inbound calls, if she misses one while on another line, it just goes to a cold voicemail.
And that homeowner has already called 3 other roofers by the time they get a call back. Job's gone.
Exactly. So what do? The classic wrong solution. We're too busy. We need to hire another salesperson.
Yes, the classic systems over staff mistake. They choose staff.
They do. And nothing changes because the new person is just dropped into the same broken process. The leads still sit there. The follow-up is still inconsistent. It doesn't fix the root cause.
Okay, so now paint the picture. What does it look like with a proper system in place, like what we help businesses build?
Night and day. A lead comes in from Facebook. Instantly, they get a text message. Hey, thanks for reaching out to ABC Roofing. Are you looking for an estimate on a repair or a full replacement? The system has a conversation, gathers info, and can even drop a link to their calendar to schedule the estimate.
And the owner didn't have to do a thing.
Not a thing. He gets a notification that a new estimate is booked, and the system automatically follows up. It sends reminders for the appointment. After the estimate is sent, it follows up to see if they have questions. Every single lead is tracked, nurtured, and accounted for.
That's how you scale. Same leads, same team, completely different result. Automating that lead nurturing can generate 10% or more in new revenue just by fixing the leaks.
And if this sounds familiar to anyone listening, if you have that nagging feeling that leads are slipping through the cracks, go to our site, thehellolllc.io. Talk to Izzy and just ask her, where are my leads getting stuck? Let the system show you.
This leads to the next big trap. We talked about it with the roofer, this instinct to just hire more people. Let's really dig into that. Stop hiring into chaos.
Yes, this is so important. You cannot hire your way out of a broken system. You just can't.
What happens when you try? I mean, what does that actually look like inside the business?
The confusion just multiplies. The new admin doesn't know the process because there is no process, so they make one up. The new salesperson uses their own method. Now you have 3 different ways things are being done. Communication breaks down, mistakes increase, and accountability just vanishes.
And then everyone starts blaming the culture. You hear that, right? Oh, we have a culture problem.
Yes, but here's the reality check. Your system is your culture, full stop. If your systems are unclear, inconsistent, and reactive, your culture will be too. Clarity creates confidence for your team and your customers.
Poor communication and unclear processes are top reasons for team turnover. You hire more people, you're just spreading the problem faster and burning out your best employees.
Think about a plumbing company, another great example. For them, speed is everything. A burst pipe is not something that can wait.
Right, a missed call is literally a lost job instantly. And what about after hours?
0 response. Quotes are sent out into the void with no follow-up. Customers just disappear. The owner's assumption is we need more techs on the road.
But the real need is a system to capture and convert the opportunities they already have.
Imagine it. A call comes in at 10 p.m. Instead of a voicemail, an AI answers, understands it's an emergency, and gets the job details to the on-call tech automatically. A non-emergency gets booked right into the calendar for the next day. Every quote gets a follow-up text. Every past customer gets a reminder for annual maintenance. That's automation over burnout.
More booked jobs, higher customer retention, and way less manual work for the team. So you have a choice. Keep doing it all manually or see what a system looks like. Go to thehellollc.io and just experience the difference.
This is the dream, right? Imagine every lead seen, every message answered, every single opportunity followed up on automatically. That isn't just a tool, it's a system.
And that's how we think about what we build for businesses. We call it Hello Nexus. It's not another piece of software you have to learn. It's the layer that sits on top of your business. It's the system that sees and responds for you.
And you don't have to rebuild anything. No complex training, no overwhelming your team. It just plugs in, it works, and it notifies you and your team when it's time for a human to step in. It helps you stop working in your business and start working on it.
But there's a warning here that feels really important to share. AI is the new gold rush, and you're seeing all these new experts popping up selling AI solutions with zero experience.
And that's incredibly dangerous because we're not talking about a fun little marketing tool. This is your business infrastructure, the way you get, communicate with, and keep your customers. You can't trust that to a trend or a rookie.
That's why we say at the Hello LLC, we're a digital infrastructure company. We have over a decade of experience building these kinds of systems with proven implementations and real client results. It's not hype, it's not a trend, and it's definitely not guesswork. We can show you, teach you, or do it for you.
Because your business doesn't need more leads. It needs a system that actually works.
That's the bottom line. Stop patching leaks and start building a foundation.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in to the AI Edge. Until next time, stay ahead of the curve.
Begin your AI clarity experience. Book a free, no-obligation strategy session at thehellollc.io. Let's see where AI can save you time, money, and stress.
Mark, finally, grab a drink.
Can't stay long.
Work stuff?
Always.
You gotta learn to switch off, man.
Switch off.
Don't.
He works half my hours, gets paid double now, and he's telling me to switch off.
I know. Come home.
I do everything right. I show up, I deliver, I stay late, and nothing changes.
Then make it change tomorrow. Walk in and demand that raise.
Okay, tomorrow I'll ask. I've been here 3 years. I show up, I deliver, I'm reliable. I'd like to talk about a raise. Mark, I appreciate that. But let me ask you something first. Are you already mastering AI tools like your colleagues? Not really. Not yet. That's the issue. I can't justify a raise for someone who isn't there yet. I'm sorry.
Did he seriously just ask for a raise?
Man.
Did you get it?
New car again. His wife came home the other day with Louis Vuitton bags. Their kids are in private school. What am I missing? I work just as hard. What's he doing that I'm not? I'm gonna find out. Give me one day.
I brought you a homemade pie. Come in. I just made coffee. So, what does your husband do, if you don't mind me asking? He's in marketing, but honestly, just over a year ago, we were going through a really hard time. Debt, nothing but stress. AI is going to create more millionaires in the next 2 years than the internet created in 10. The people who learn it now will be ahead. The rest will spend years asking why they waited.
The one thing that we share with our clients is, look, you're great at a financial strategist. You're great at being a coach. You're great at being, a healthcare industry. but you're not great at learning this AI. You're not great at your marketing. You're not great at social media. That's not your expertise. And so often we try to do that. And not only do we try to do it, we don't do it. And then we sell ourselves that, oh, I don't need to do that. That's not important. That's not my cup of tea, when it absolutely is the cup of tea. And a lot of people think the social media, a lot of people think their presence, a lot of people think their website, a lot of people think that they can get with somebody that just builds this plain Jane one landing page that they learned how to do last week, that now they're trying to sell you how to do. That just doesn't work. When we create things, we've done it, right? We've implemented into our business. And so we know how people are going to look at it, how people are going to perceive it, not just throw it up there and just hope and pray. We've done it because we.
I'll tell you this. I'll make you proud. I will.
Honestly, being a comedian is easy. You, sir, in the front, what do you do for work?
I work for marketing.
Well, not anymore.
How's it going to change the way we all work?
How we work. So what we're starting to see in the data in the short term is, yes, a lot of the jobs that we see and recognize today may either disappear or become unrecognizable.
Explain that to me.
So name a job that isn't some high-level category, and it might not exist. The idea of a brand manager or a financial analyst, these are the types of roles that AI is being trained to do. We're also likely to see the rise of much more of a skills-based economy. So you don't really hold a job title, but you offer your skills. But over the longer term, we're going to have an economy that rearranges around intelligence being abundant. So right now we have an economy where the internet communication distribution is abundant. And then we saw the rise of podcasting and people making money filming 90-second videos in a car. What happens on the other end of this economy is going to be quite unpredictable. What we call work may be as strange as the idea of filming these videos and making money off of it. There will be a new scarcity, but what the shape of that looks like is really uncertain. But we can say most of the jobs we see today will either go away or be radically transformed by this technology.
And so what? You're going to just end up with a world of entrepreneurs.
Most of us will be entrepreneurs, whether we consider ourselves entrepreneurs or not. You become this organization where you offer your skills to a variety of different types of projects. And that continues to change because AI isn't a one-trick pony. It continues to learn new skills over time. So we will continually go back to the drawing board and have to either upgrade our skills or move along and apply them to different types of projects. And that's going to be the dominant structure of what we would call the workforce. So this era of this kind of steady knowledge work, and you see this career path going upwards, that is going to be a chapter of human history. And we're entering into a new one. And so the challenge is going to be this transition period going from now to the other side of this. What does that look like? How do we keep power in check? And how are these new benefits and all the productivity and prosperity, how is that being shared? And those questions have massively been unanswered.
I don't know. What's Tara cooked today? Some chicken and rice, supersize. But I don't know what you're doing. But if you haven't went to the HELLO and talked to Izzy, our AI agent, I don't know what you're doing. And go run a system check on your business. Go do that. Toodles.
Hey, business owners, you know your website isn't working, right? Quick question. If someone lands on your website right now, what actually happens next? Do they get engaged instantly? Get followed up with automatically? Or do you just get another email notification after they filled out a form, creating more manual work? Congratulations. You basically built a crusty, dusty digital flyer pretending to be a business system. Some of y'all are still only using Calendly and outdated landing pages like your link in bio is a full business infrastructure. You have no automation in your business. Number one, you send people to a book a call link or a contact form that quietly dies in your inbox, while your lead quietly hires your competitor with AI. Fact, 88% of visitors won't return after a bad website experience, and businesses can lose up to 50% of leads from slow follow-ups without AI automation. Then entrepreneurs say, AI doesn't work for my business. No, the outdated systems you haven't updated, the slow response times, and your outdated manual workflows are failing your business. It is time to upgrade. Remember, scared money doesn't make money. At the Hello LLC, we build AI-powered websites that connect your CRM, social media, marketing, and AI agents into one smart AI ecosystem that works for your business 24/7. Plus, we can show you, teach you, or do it for you. Hello! Your website shouldn't just exist. It should execute. Stop hiring for problems systems should solve. Go scan your systems with Izzy, our intuitive AI agent at the HelloLLC.io, and see what AI can replace in your business. Toodles!
It gives you options. It gives you time. It gives you a chance. So the real question is, what are you risking by waiting? Let's change the way you see this. Because checkups, they're not something to fear. They're something that gives you control. Awareness gives you information. Action gives you power. Early detection gives you opportunity. Going to the doctor doesn't mean something is wrong. It means you're choosing to take care of yourself before something becomes wrong. That's strength. That's discipline. That's responsibility.
Ignoring red flags doesn't make you romantic. It makes you stupid. It makes you a drama magnet. If it feels off, it's because it is off. So how do you spot the red flags and deal with them like a grown-ass adult? One, listen till you go. That uneasy feeling is a flashing neon sign. Don't mute it. Listen to your gut. Document behavior. Because sometimes you can say, he did this. Girl, what did he did, what he did, how long he did it for. Put it all in there. Because when you go back and you look at it, you can say, this is a pattern of behavior that I will not tolerate. And set your boundaries.
In a first grade classroom, a very important debate was happening. Infinity is a number. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it isn't. This argument had been going on for years, and they were only in first grade. Maverick leaned back in his chair and sighed. The teacher tried to redirect everyone back to the math on the board, but Maverick's imagination was already somewhere else. By the way, when Maverick gets bored, his imagination turns on like a rocket ship. And at the same time, he remembers one of his favorite bedtime stories his Gam-Gams always tells him. The story about a treasure map hidden deep in the forbidden jungle. Suddenly, the classroom fades away, and Maverick finds himself standing at the edge of a mysterious jungle. Adventure has begun. Maverick was ready. He wore his camo pocket vest, his lucky fishing hat, and his explorer backpack. Inside his backpack, he packed the most important tools. A Swiss Army knife, a small first aid kit, his lightsaber, and his compass. Because Gam-Gams always says, champions are prepared. And of course, the treasure map. Traveling with him were his two brave companions, Lovey Cat, his spotted beanie leopard, and Squiddy, the smartest squid stuffy in the entire ocean. Maverick knew this quest would not be easy. Just before he stepped into the jungle, he heard Gam-Gam's voice in his mind. You are a champion, Maverick, and champions do hard things. The first obstacle was a giant swamp. The ground was slippery, the mud bubbled, and suddenly, splash! Lovey Cat slipped into the muddy water. For a moment, Maverick thought the quest might be over. But then he remembered what Gam-Gams always tells him. Champions always find a way. Maverick quickly pulled out a tool from his Swiss Army knife. He hooked a vine and pulled Loveycat safely back onto dry land. Loveycat shook off the mud. Adventure continued. Next, a giant cobra blocked the narrow jungle path. Loveycat froze. Squiddy hid behind Maverick. The cobra hissed loudly. But Maverick remembered something he learned from chess. Sometimes, the best move is not the obvious one. So Maverick quietly checked his compass, found another direction, and carefully led the team around the cobra. No fighting needed. A champion thinks before he acts. Soon they reached a tall wooden bridge over a deep canyon. But suddenly, whoosh! A group of wild monkeys swung down from the trees. One monkey grabbed the treasure map. The monkeys chattered and jumped around. Then, Squiddy had an idea. He started doing a very silly squid dance. The monkeys stopped to watch. Maverick quickly jumped forward, grabbed the map, and dashed back across the bridge. Adventure continued, because champions never give up. The deeper Maverick traveled, the darker the jungle became. The path disappeared. Shadows covered everything. But Maverick smiled. He knew exactly what to do. He pulled out his lightsaber. With a bright glowing light, the jungle path lit up again. Loveycat felt brave. Squiddy felt safe. And Maverick led the way. Because champions bring light into dark places. Finally, deep in the forbidden jungle, Maverick found it. The treasure chest! But something strange was on the lock. A tiny chessboard puzzle. Gamgam's words came back to him. A champion thinks 3 moves ahead. Maverick studied the board. He moved the knight piece. Click! The chest slowly opened. Maverick expected to see gold, jewels, golden nuggets. But instead, inside the chest was a mirror. And in the mirror, he saw himself. Gamgam's voice spoke gently. The greatest treasure in the world is you, my precious grandson. More valuable than golden nuggets. More precious than gold bars. And champions always find a way. Loveycat looked in the mirror. Squiddy looked in too. They had discovered the greatest treasure of all. Suddenly, the jungle faded away. Maverick was back in class, and the debate was still going. Infinity is not a number. Yes, it is. Maverick smiled, because now he knew something important. He was a champion, and champions use their imagination. And that Magic Maverick Money Moment.
Let's be real. Most entrepreneurs don't need another course. They need a team that actually gets it done. The Hello Pivot